Welcome to Jimmy Zen Reads. Spike Milligan, the Gingerbread Boy. Once upon a time there was a baker and his wife. They lived in a little mill by a stream full of fish and fat frogs. It was all lovely. But the baker and his wife were very, very unhappy. Do you know why? Well, they didn't have any children. Oh, I wish I had a little boy all of my own. When the baker saw his wife crying, he said, "Don't cry, wife. I will try and get us a little boy." So that night he went to the bakery and said to himself, "If we can't have a real baby, I'll make one." So he got a big bag of white flour and mixed it with water until it was a big ball of dough. It looked like a big snowball. Then he took a jar of ginger and mixed it into the dough. All night he worked, and you know what he was doing? He was making a gingerbread boy. He made the legs, then the arms, the body, and at last he made the gingerbread boy's head. Do you know how he made the eyes? How would you make a gingerbread boy's eyes? Well, this is how the baker made them. He got 2 currants and popped them in. He made a little heart out of a peppermint and put the boy inside. When it was all ready, he put the gingerbread boy into the oven to make him nice and warm. After a little while, the miller heard a tiny voice. Let me out, it's hot in here." Do you know who was saying it? The gingerbread boy. Quickly, the miller took him out of the oven, and he saw the gingerbread boy was alive. "Hello, my boy," said the miller. "Who are you?" said the gingerbread boy. "I am your daddy," and he picked him up and kissed him. Then the little gingerbread boy said, "What's my name?" The miller said, "I don't know yet. I will take you home and ask your mother." "Oh, let's hurry," said Gingerbread Boy, and off they ran to the miller's house. When his wife opened the door and saw the gingerbread boy, she was so happy she clapped her hands with joy. "At last I have a little boy all of my own. I shall call him Gingy, because he's ginger in colour." Next morning they took Gingy to start school. At first Gingy was very happy in school. But then one day a naughty boy called Tommy bit Gingy on the arm. "Oh," said poor Gingy, and Tommy said, "You taste like a bit of gingerbread." And he bit poor Gingy again. The poor little gingerbread boy started to run home. Oh dear, it started to rain, and he started to get all soggy, and when he arrived home, he was just a big ball of dough like he was first. When his mother saw him, she started to cry. "Boo-hoo-hoo, what has happened to my poor boy?" And her tears came running down all over her gingerbread boy. "Please don't cry all over me, or I'll fall into pieces," said Gingy. "Come here, I'll make you all better again," said the baker, and he squeezed all the rain out of the gingerbread boy and made him back into a proper boy again. That night, when they tucked him into bed, Ginger Boy said, "Mummy, why do I crumble away when it rains?" So Mummy had to tell him he was made of gingerbread, and he was not the same as other girls and boys. That night the little gingerbread boy was very sad. He didn't want to be just made of bread. He wanted to be made of skin. "I'm going to run away." So he put on his clothes and took 3 apples and 2 oranges in a bag, and he trampled off into the forest behind the house. It was dark as black, and a big owl said, "Where are you going to?" "Please, owl, I'm cold, tired, and hungry. Can I shelter under your wing?" "Oh, all right," said the owl. Underneath the wing it was nice and warm, and the gingerbread boy went fast asleep. When he woke up it was morning, and the owl said, "I must be off now. I'm going to bed." And he flew away to bed, because owls don't sleep at night, only in the daytime. Now Gingerbread Boy was alone, and again he walked through the woods until he came to the top of a hill. And then he saw a house. It was a very funny house. It didn't have any windows, only lots and lots of doors. Gingerbread Boy knocked at one door, and out came a funny old man wearing a long blue shirt and no trousers. "What do you want?" he said. "I'm hungry," said Gingerbread Boy, "and I'm cold." The man took him inside. "I'll soon have you warm. Just get into this nice bath of hot water. Splash! In jumped Gingerbread Boy. Oh, this is lovely, he said. And then a terrible bad thing happened. Gingerbread Boy started to come to pieces in the hot water. Help, help, he cried. Get me out. But it was too late. The funny old man rolled all the pieces into a big ball of dough and put it on the mantelpiece. Next morning, the funny old man went to the market and tried to sell the big piece of gingerbread. No one would buy it, but then along came Gingerbread Boy's daddy, the baker. I need some dough, he said, so he bought it off the old man for a penny. Now, the baker didn't know it was really the gingerbread boy he had bought, but when he got back to the bakery, he saw the little peppermint hearts sticking out of the lump of gingerbread. Hooray! I found my gingerbread boy again. Quickly he made the gingerbread boy all over again, just like he used to be. Oh, Daddy, Daddy, said the gingerbread boy, I'll never run away from home again. And he hugged and kissed him. Just then in came Mummy, and guess what she had? Another little gingerbread boy. This is your new brother, said Daddy. When you ran away and we couldn't find you, I made another little gingerbread boy. Oh, how lovely! Now we can play together. And so they did, and they all lived happy ever after. The end.